Morning, boys and girls. How's everyone doing? A little late today. I had a chance to go out and socialize with like people, like living, breathing people, and we have like this thing called conversations. Yeah, they're conversations. Like I talk, and they talk back to me, and then sometimes they ask questions, and I give responses back. It's the most amazing fucking thing you've ever seen in your life. It's non-COVID related. You know what I mean? But anyway, what a day, huh? Good day. Thanks to our good buddy Tobin, I think his name is in the group. Tobin's been very active, so I want to give him a shout out. I appreciate you, man. Um, he mentioned Pete Rose, and I've not heard that guy's name in a long time. In fact, last night I had a date with this lady, and I mentioned Lisa Lampanelli. She's like, I never heard of her before. I was like, you never heard of Lisa Lampanelli? She's a comedian from New York, and the lady's just freaking funny. I mean, she is just to hear a lady swear like that with a truck driver mouth, but professional. It's just she's fucking funny. But I haven't heard Pete Rose in a long time. I haven't heard her. So two of these people from the past in the same you know 24-hour period is kind of cool. But anyway, um, I got to watch Pete Rose play many times as a kid because in Pittsburgh we played the Reds all the time, and they had the big red machine, dude. These guys would score runs like it was no big deal. Pete Rose would hit the fucking ball every time he got to the plate. It was amazing. I don't think people realize how good he really was. People remember him now because he cheated in baseball. So, I mean, the fact that he did cheat, I'll have to go back and hear that. The computer's doing some. Don't die. You're good. Come on, buddy. You're only 10 years old. Hang in there. Whew. Anyway, he wrote cheated on baseball. I wonder if he knew something. That's interesting. I'll have to go back and look at that story and see what he knew. Because I think he won. What he did was he bet on his own team. He was a manager coach. I want to say he became manager after that, and he bet against his own team, and he got screwed over. Well, not screwed over. It's his fault, but I think he got kicked out of baseball if I remember correctly. This is a long, long time ago. Well, some of you guys are still taking a dump in your diaper. Um, and then he denied it, and they said, "Well, you're not going to the Hall of Fame." So I think he's still out of the Hall of Fame. He eventually admitted. They said, "Look, if you just admit you did it, we'll think about putting you back in the Hall of Fame." I don't know. I think he came clean at one point a couple years back. And anyway, either way, we all know some of these athletes get in some shit. They're human beings like everyone else. They have a lot of pressure. I'm not going to defend them. I'm just saying that these guys and women in sports that are professional, they're all good, and most of them never make it. So you could be an all-star at 10 years old, playing in the minor leagues as a kid, go to high school and be an all-star, get recruited to the biggest schools in the country, be like a top pick in um, in college, play for a D1 school, win the championship, hit the last home run to win the season. In the bottom of the ninth, jack a grand slam, hit 400, still 35 bases. And guess what? You may not make it in the pros. You might get drafted, you might not. And if you go to the minors, you might sit there for 15 years. I know guys that have played in the minors for years, making 50, 60 grand for forever. Not a bad gig if playing baseball, making that kind of money. But the point is, even though we know there's some things that are going on that suggest that this is all fixed in some way, these guys are still good athletes. And Pete Rose was an exceptional baseball player. And looking back, I did a video on here. In fact, I'll see if we can play the video while we're chatting. It might work, just to kind of get a glimpse of what this guy used to do, and it's probably not going to work. Um, he patented diving head forward into second base, third base. The guy stole bases all the time. He'd have a game like he'd have, 3 hits, 2 doubles, and an RBI, and he was a leadoff guy. So he had a real crouch down position. He held the bat real low. He squatted down real low. He was hard to pitch to, but the guy would just stick his bat out and just slap the ball all over the field. I think he, I think in the playoffs one year, he had like 3 triples, 22 doubles, batted like 470. I mean, he was a fucking stud. Let's face it. Who cares what he did in his other life? I don't really care about that shit. That's not why I watched him. But you know, Charlie Hustle, man. I said Joey yesterday. I always say Joey because of the New York stuff, but he was Charlie Hustle. He was the guy that got out there and never slowed down. He ran full speed to first base every time. He never walked anywhere. The guy ran. He was the first guy to run someone over at home plate, and there was a big fight. And that I think that's where the comments started. If you're a catcher, there's an old saying in baseball: don't be on the tracks when the trains come in, because you're gonna get fucked up, bro. How about that? You like that? Oh god, I sound like an asshole sometimes. You know what? I don't give a shit. Anyway, we're having fun. It's the main thing. We're having fun. We're doing well. Oh boy, and last night, woo, what a day. So look at this. Pete Rose. If you look, Pete Rose number one. Let's look at the list of people that are behind him. You ready? Hank Aaron, the batting champion, home run champion, Stan Musial, Tris Speaker, Derek Jeter, Honus Wagner, Carl Yastrzemski, Paul Molitor, Eddie Collins, Willie Mays, and Pujols is the only active player that's chasing that record. Look at that. There's a 1,000 hit difference. There's no way, dude. He'll never touch it. He won't even last a couple years playing anyway. But Pete Rose played 24 years in baseball, and if you look at his hits, divide that out, it's like 177 hits per year. You're talking numbers like Ichiro. Oh, Ichiro, Ichiro. Those are some big numbers, man. Big. I don't even think I didn't see where Ichiro was on this list, but look at the other ones: Eddie Murray, Cal Ripken Jr., who played forever, Adrian Beltre, George Brett, Paul Wagner, Tony Gwynn. Yeah, I like Tony Gwynn. He had a great swing. Alex Rodriguez, never really cared for him much, but he kind of screwed up his whole career because he's stupid. Anyway, let's go through some of these picks here. Last night, basketball and hockey again. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these, but it seems like every day they're winning, then losing, then winning, then losing, and we're on the opposite side. So the next few days, please don't ask about hockey. Don't ask about basketball because I might just stop for the rest of the season. I will tell you, take the Islanders because the narrative is there for them, and it's every day. It's confirming over and over and over again. As far as basketball, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about basketball. I think the Nets. I'm still looking at Nets and the Suns, but I'm not picking either one to win. I look at the Gonzaga, Baylor, and that's just my thoughts on that. I know other people have other thoughts, but we'll see. I don't think the Golden Knights are going to make it. I think that the Islanders are going to play the Canadians for some reason. So there's a 56 narrative to that. All right, baseball. Baseball was very, very good to me, as Tony Pena would say. Any minute, this will update. Take a little nap in between. Grab a cup of coffee. Unfucking believable. All right, we're back. All right, let's put them in the win column because that's all we do is win here. The only team that lost was the Braves. And for whatever reason lately, the Braves just are killing us, man. So we're not going to bet on the Braves for a while. I'm not going to put any faith in a couple teams: the Yankees, the Braves. Who else? I like the Brewers, Indians, Blue Jays, Mets, Phillies. I think the There's a couple other teams that are up and down, but yeah, for some reason they're just not winning when we need them to. God, I hate this freaking thing, man. But have I expressed the fact I'm going to blow up the internet myself, the whole thing? I'm just going to blow the thing up and restart it. This is ridiculous. I mean, look at this. What's this thing doing? Why is it underlined? You didn't abbreviate it. You have to abbreviate the word first. Oh my god. I apologize, guys. I'm gonna work. Whoops. I'm gonna work on this again today. I've been trying the last few days to change some settings. In fact, it's here we go. Oops. We'll keep that like that. We all know what that is. I mean, look at that. All right, guys. We get the idea. The White Sox, the Rockies, the A's, the Nationals, the Braves, Astros, Giants, Twins, all won except the Braves. So I went 7 or 8. And again, I did a thing. I took the top ones that I thought had good narratives and put posts of them. And then I was iffy about the Braves anyway, but that's fine. And then the other teams were the Marlins, the Brewers, the Indians, the Blue Jays, the Mets, and the Phillies. 3 teams won, 3 teams lost. So again, it's the same thing I did the other day. Same type of coding. And we had the day before. I just did blindly put in 8 games. I didn't really check all the details, and we went 4 of 8. So it does make sense because the day before that we were 8 out of 10. Last night we were 7 out of 8. But the ones that were not put in were 0 for 3 and 3 for 6. So we're definitely on the right track with that. There's a big day today. We got some soccer games. Um, there's a bunch. I've got like I think 5 games. I'm going to post those in a minute, and we'll go from there, guys. Have a great day. Make some money. Oh, I'm going to post my parlays too. I won 3 parlays last night, over $400, and I think I spent. Let me think. Let me see. What are my parlays? I'll give you just an idea, but I'll post them so you guys can see them too. So I did one for $5 and one $30. Giants, Phillies, and the Twins. This one was a 16 parlay for $10. I won $189.61. The other one was a 14 parlay. Nationals, Indians, Phillies, and Twins. $20 for 204. So I spent $35 to win $450. Coincidence? Talk to you soon.